Okay, friends, I'm going to read the first chapter of the season of Styx, Malone, which is by Kekla Magoon, and this is a Coretta Scott King honor-winning author. Chapter 1, Extraordinary. Styx Malone didn't believe in miracles, but he was one. Until he came along, there was nothing very special about life in Sutton, Indiana. Styx came to us like magic, the really, really powerful kind. There was no grand puff of smoke or anything, but he appeared as if from nowhere, right in our very own woods. Maybe we summoned him, like a superhero responding to a beacon in light in the night. Maybe we just plain wanted everything he offered. Adventure, excitement. The biggest trouble we've ever gotten into in our lives, we got into with Styx Malone. It wasn't Styx's fault, entirely. And usually I'd be quick to blame a mess like this on Bobby Jean, but no matter how you slice it, this one circles back to me. It all started the moment I broke the cardinal rule of the Franklin household: leave well enough alone. It was Independence Day, which might have had something to do with it. I woke up with the sunshine, like usual, stretched my hands and feet from my top bunk to the ceiling, like usual. I touched each of the familiar pictures taped there: the Grand Canyon, the Milky Way, Victoria Falls, Table Mountain. Then I rolled onto my belly, dropped my face over the side of the upper bunk, and blurted out to Bobby Jean, "I don't care what Dad says. I don't want to be ordinary." "What?" he said. I knew he was awake. His eyes were open and blinking up at me. He had his covers pushed down and his socks balled up in his fist. He must have heard me. I said, "I don't want to be ordinary. I want to be the other thing." "What other thing?" Bobby Jean said. I rolled onto my back. Never mind. I didn't really know what I meant, but it was on my mind because of what had happened last night at dinner time. Dad got home from his shift at the factory around 6, which was normal. He turned on the television, piping through the house the sound of news reports about things that were happening so far from here that they barely seemed real. The reporters were always blabbing on about economics and politics and the constant breaking news. But every once in a while, I would see something that made me want to reach through the screen and touch it, you know? Like, get closer to it, or to make it seem a bit more real. There was a story about dolphins one time, and a feature about a group of kids who sailed a boat around the world. Special things. Things you'd never find in Sutton. The problem was, Dad was always talking about us being ordinary folks. About how ordinary folks like this, and ordinary folks need that. He usually said all this to the TV, but our house isn't that big, and his voice is pretty loud, so you can always hear him. Ordinary folks just need to be able to fill the gas tank without breaking them. Ordinary folks go to church on Sundays. Ordinary folks don't care who you've been stepping out with, just pass the dang walls. A lot of times he said it more colorful than that, but I'm not allowed to repeat that kind of language. That night in particular, he was getting all hot and bothered, as Mom would say. He was ranting at the TV, and Bobby Jean and I were playing Battleship behind the couch. Sneaking back there was a tight fit for us, but we needed to practice undercover operations. Our ongoing spy game was the best thing we'd come up with for summer entertainment thus far. If I could sink deep enough into the game, it felt like I could take on the whole world. Caleb Franklin, International Man of Mystery. A trench coat, a passport, dark sunglasses, and a briefcase of world-saving secrets. An important handoff. Code word clearance. Yahtzee! Bobby Jean yelled, which is what he always yelled when he wanted anything. My spy bubble burst. The secret safe house dissolved. My shoulder ached from being squeezed into the couch wall gap. I didn't have a passport. I'd never so much as crossed the Sutton town limits. When the news went to commercial, the ad jingle was a piece of classical music. I popped my head up over the back of the couch. I know that song. We played it in band. It's Tarantelle. "Dinner," Mom called. Dad turned off the TV. "Hey," Dad said to me, "you got that from just a few minutes? Or from just a few notes?" I shrugged. I like that music. That's because you're extraordinary, Dad said, patting my shoulder. Let's eat. My heart plummeted. I knew Dad thought he was paying me a compliment since he loves to have ordinary this and ordinary that. Still, my heart sank. Extraordinary? Like so plain and normal it was something to be proud of? I hated this. Hated it. Which is why I thought about it all night and into the morning, and why I vowed that no matter what it took, I was not going to be so ordinary. Dad took us to his union hall that night for the 4th of July picnic. Mom had to work, so it was Dad and the 3 of us kids, Bobby Jean, me, and our little sister Susie. Susie's only 1 year old, and Dad wanted to be able to talk to his buddies freely and play cards, so he put Bobby Jean and me in charge of her. That was Dad's first mistake. His second mistake was not forbidding us to play with the fireworks the other boys had brought the way Mum would have done, and which, of course, was all we wanted to do. Bobby Jean carried Susie out into the hall's backyard. We weren't concerned about her cramping our style. We could always find some girls to fuss over her and take her off our hands. But what we found in the backyard was not normal. What we found was mind-blowing. Corey Cormier stood on one of the picnic tables along with the largest gunny sack I have ever seen. It could have held my entire body, maybe even Bobby Jean's. Everyone, literally every kid in attendance, 20 or 30 of them, was gathered around shouting and bidding on the goods inside. I'll loan you my bike for a week. I have 20 allowance dollars coming to me. I'll open the back door of the movie theater for you twice, 3 times. I didn't even know what was in the bag, but I began salivating. Bobby Jean said, "What the?" We'd never seen anything like it. You'll have to do better than that, Corey chortled from on high. Maybe I'll just have to sell one to each of you. No, the crowd roared. Corey reached into the bag and extracted a rocket-style firework the size of his forearm. He held it aloft. Are you sure? The other kids screamed with excitement. Let's get in there, Bobby Jean exclaimed. We were already running. Never mind that Corey Cormier was one of Bobby Jean's least favorite people. Never mind that he was known as a big bad bully who could beat up anyone, anywhere, anytime, and enjoy it. Never mind that a deal struck with Corey would probably have major strings attached. It was awe-inspiring. Corey was 11, the same age as Bobby Jean and 1 year older than me, and yet the boy was on the table and the bag in his hands loomed larger than life up there. My mind spun with possibilities. To be up high, all eyes on me. Yes, I would do whatever it took to become Corey Cormier's right-hand man, doling out fireworks at my whim. I could practically taste the thrill of power. How would I do it? No idea. But it turned out not to be so difficult to distinguish myself that night. As it turned out, Corey Cormier had always wanted a little sister, and we had one to spare.